Say hi, Max. He's camera shy. Look at the camera. Hello everybody, welcome to Hype by Allison. I am currently en route to my parents' house. Well, I haven't taken off yet. I am going to film today's video with the foam roller, and I got my mat there. And I am going to film the video today on all the different ways you can foam roll your body to increase mobility, to improve performance, and to prevent injuries. Now going pretzels, I'm gonna take off and head over. And don't forget, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. They're super fun. If you're new here, you will have a blast and you will get hyped. And also, please follow my Instagram and give me a nice thumbs up. And let's head over. So I'm gonna chat with you a little bit about foam rolling as we're on our way, so that when we get there, we can just hit up the foam rolling, and I'll teach you how to use a foam roller so that you can get all of the 3 benefits I talked about. Most people don't really know what to do with a foam roller. Foam rolling can be used for so many different purposes. The ones we're going to talk about today are improving performance, increasing mobility, and preventing injuries. So you got something that kind of wraps around all your muscles in your body, and it's called fascia. Fascia can get adhesions, which come from just being super active or being stiff. So many different ways you can get adhesions. The foam roller works more on the fascia. The fascia will restrict the muscle. If the fascia is tight with adhesions, the muscle is going to be restricted as a secondary effect. And as I have told you guys many, many times, if you don't have a lot of mobility, that causes your muscles to not work properly, and as a result causes compensation and then injury. We want to keep our muscles nice and loose. The muscles will not stay mobile if the fascia is tight with adhesions. The solution is the foam roller. So when we get to my parents' house, we're gonna lay out a mat and we're gonna get into all the foam rolling. I'm gonna cover the full body. We're gonna hit the basics of every area of the body, so it's not gonna be super detailed, but we'll hit pretty much every area of the body so that you will have an idea. The basics to foam rolling and how you can use a foam roller to help increase your mobility, improve your performance, and prevent injuries. All right, we have arrived. We're gonna go grab the foam roll and the mat and head on in. All right, so I have arrived at my parents' house. I'm in the backyard and I am ready to get going, and I'm ready to talk to you guys about how to properly use a foam roll. First, you need a foam roller. Where do you get a foam roller? You can get one at a sporting goods, Target, Walmart.
The easy way to do it, go on Amazon.com.
I'm gonna put a link in the description to where you can get a foam roller on Amazon.com. Let's get going. We're gonna start off with the lower body. Number 1 will be the glutes. Okay, we're gonna start out with foam rolling the glute. As you can see, I sit on the foam roller, my knees are bent, and then I'm gonna go ahead and start rolling back and forth, not putting too much pressure to start, and then I am going to isolate one side at a time. So I am going to lean my weight more over to the right, as you can see, and continue rolling. I'm rolling more of the glute medius, which is our lateral glute, which is a commonly overused muscle. So we're gonna continue rolling, and I like to do about 30 seconds to a minute in each area. If you find a spot that feels like there's a knot or is tighter than other areas, focus in on it for a little bit longer and then move on to another part of the glute. I always make sure to do both sides for the same amount of time unless one needs a little bit more attention, but make sure don't neglect one or the other side because both need to be done to stay in balance. So another muscle that you're going to isolate with foam rolling this area of the body is the piriformis. So in order to target that muscle a little bit better, I like to cross one leg over the other, as you can see, into a figure 4 position, and continue rolling. And again, listen to your body, and if you feel something that's a little tighter than the other parts, focus in on that for a little bit longer. So next, I'm gonna hit the QL, the quadratus lumborum. This is a hip hiker, so it is right above your glute. It is also easily compensated for, so it will tighten up quite often if your glutes aren't strong enough or your back is overworking. So I always like to hit that spot, as you can see. Back to the glutes, we can't forget the glute max, the back of the butt, the muscle that propels us forward, works all the time unless you're sitting all day and you have glute amnesia. Walking forward, running forward, doing squats, sitting up from a chair. This muscle is probably quite tight and the fascia around it as well. And next, we're gonna go ahead and foam roll the quads, the muscle that extends both legs, straightens your knee. You're going to get onto your knees and slowly come onto that foam roll. You're going to start a little bit above the knee, and then you're going to be putting weight through your elbows or wrists, whatever is more comfortable for you. Going to be rolling up and down along the quad. Again, you can isolate each side. What I do to isolate one side or the other is I lift up one leg, cross it over the other. That puts more weight into one side so that you can get a little bit more pressure, a little more relief, increase the mobility a little bit more than if you did them both at the same time. And again, hit up both sides.
Keep them equal.
And now onto a very, very common muscle slash piece of fascia, whatever you want to call it, the iliotibial band, also known as the IT band. This muscle gets very tight on many people, and this is secondary to the glute med and men forgetting what to do. Like you see in the video, I am lying on one side, starting below the hip bone, crossing the other leg over, stabilizing it on the ground, and then rolling up and down on the side of the leg, all the way down towards the knee, not rolling over the knee joint. Making sure to go nice and slow, and again, 30 seconds to a minute. If you find a spot that needs a little bit more TLC, focus in on that spot so that you can get that adhesion out and feel a little bit of relief when you're finished. And next, we're gonna hit up the calves. Calves are used every day. We gotta keep those things loose. As you can see, I'm lying on my back, placing my legs over that foam roll and kind of putting weight into both calves, lifting up through my body, rolling back and forth. I try to hit the whole entire calf. I suggest doing both sides like I said, isolating each side one at a time. So you're gonna cross one leg up and over the other, so that naturally puts more weight into one calf. That allows it to get a little bit more pressure and release the muscle a little bit better. So make sure to get every part of that calf. And again, don't do it for too long because that can break down the muscle tissue and make things worse. And next, we're gonna roll out the hamstrings. You're gonna sit on your butt, place your legs over the foam roller, lift up your body, and put weight through those hamstrings as you roll back and forth. To isolate one hamstring, cross one leg over the other, continue to roll back and forth, mobilizing that single hamstring. Okay, that completes our lower body foam rolling exercises. We are now gonna move on to the upper body, and I am gonna start out with a way that I start out most of my upper body workouts, and that is a pec opener. So with this, you're gonna lay on the foam roller, lined up right on your spine. Your arms are gonna be open. You're gonna relax. You're gonna let those pecs open up, and you're just gonna lay there for 2 minutes. Very, very simple. So as you can see, and as I explained for this exercise, you're gonna lie on your back on the foam roll. You're gonna make sure that you're lined up on your spine. And when you get on that foam roll, make sure that you sit your butt all the way to the end so that when you lie down, your head is still supported. So once you lie down, you're gonna open up your arms, palms are gonna be up. Make sure your arms are a little bit below shoulder level, and then just lie there. Make sure that your lower back is not arched. Keep your knees bent. Try to relax as much as possible. Feel the pec muscle opening up. Inhale, exhale in a very relaxed pattern so that those pec muscles will release. And also make sure, like I said, hold it for 2 minutes. This exercise should be super, super relaxing. So the next exercise is what I call a self-mobilization. Our upper spine can be very tight, especially with all of our normal daily activities, driving, work, phone, etc. So we're gonna mobilize our upper thoracic, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna lie down on that foam roller, having it horizontal, hands behind our head as you can see. I'm just going to mobilize 3 segments. So I'm gonna start with the lower one, which is going to be about right here. I'm gonna feel that foam roller on that segment. Tuck my abs in as you can see because we don't want the lower back arching. Knees are bent. We're gonna inhale as we extend back. We're gonna exhale and feel a little bit of motion through that spine. You might have a little pop. We're then gonna do that same thing again at the next level and then the one above it. So we're gonna stop a couple joints below where the neck begins. We're going to do 5 on each, and we're going to do that twice. Try not to force it. We're just trying to get a little bit of extension through our upper thoracic. Next, we're gonna be foam rolling the lower back, one of the most commonly tight areas among us Americans and people in general. This tightness comes from a weak core and many other things. What we're gonna do is we're gonna have our foam roller horizontal once more. We're going to lie back. Our knees are going to be bent. We're going to be putting weight through that lower back. You can do it in two ways. There's a modified way where you use your hands. So the modified way is to reach your hands behind your back, and the more difficult way that actually gets you a little bit more of a release is putting your hands here or here. So either works. I'm doing this. I'm crossing my arms, as you can see, and that's putting a little bit more weight than if I were to put my hands down. You're gonna slowly roll back and forth, and again, you can isolate either side, leaning the weight to the right or the left, or if you find a little knot, spend a little bit more time on that. And again, 30 seconds to a minute, but make sure to not go past 2 minutes for the whole lower back. And now that we've mobilized the upper back, we're going to release the tissue there. So it's very similar to the lower back release like you just saw. What we're gonna do is just go a little bit higher, and again, lean the weight right or left, hands behind the head, and roll back and forth for about 30 seconds to a minute. And the last area we are going to release here is going to be kind of our lat area into a little bit of our rotator cuff. And as you can see, I am on my side with my arm up, and I'm rolling along this line here. If you feel like this position is too difficult to get into, avoid foam rolling this area altogether. There are many other ways you can mobilize and stretch that, and I will bring that to you another day, but just avoid it for now. If you are able to do it, make sure that you are in a good position as shown on the video. It's kind of difficult to roll yourself back and forth, so you want to be pretty stable so that you don't overdo anything and so that you hit the right areas. Make sure that you have no pain and you're able to get into the correct position. Max, what are you doing? What are you doing, Max? Say hi, Max. He's camera shy. Look at the camera. That is how you use a foam roll, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope you learned how to use a foam roll. Don't forget, a link to buy a foam roller from Amazon is in the description, so go check that out and get your foam roller. You can also buy one at a sporting goods, like I said, Target, Walmart, or wherever you find one. I hope all these foam roll exercises help you to improve your performance, prevent injury, and increase your mobility. It was super fun making this video because I know it will help all of you, and honestly, it's a lot of fun. Try it for yourself. Don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel so that you are here for all of the fun and you are hyped for life. And follow the Instagram because there's a lot of fun stuff on there. I do little photo shoots. Just check it out. I also have a TikTok I'm actually going to put in my description because I am really getting into that. This is the username, so follow me there. And don't forget, we can't forget to stay hyped.